Hey guys, it is Wednesday here in West Virginia, and today we are taking a look at the 1959 Chevy Impala Lowrider from Revell. I have 4 different examples of it. I think there's 6 different ones that they've made. Maybe a little more than that. I'm not sure. I know of 6, but besides that, I really don't know if there's more. But the 59 Impala happens to be my favorite Impala to build a lowrider out of. So I lucked out and was able to get the 59 Chevy. It seems to be maybe not the least popular of the Revell lowriders, but it's not as in demand as like the 63 and 4. The 59 and 61 seem to be readily available. Not all of the combos, but a few of them you can find pretty easily. But they're still going to cost you probably between 25 and 35 bucks a piece. Some people want more than that, but they don't sell them. So today, the first one we're going to take a look at is the yellow one. And sorry for the pause, guys, because I have 2 of them. I had to buy a lot of 3 lowriders from someone to get a couple that I wanted and to get a better price on some of the others that I bought from him. He had like a group of 3 together. There was 3 Impalas, and then he had the Regal and the Caddy and a blue 77 Monty, and I bought all those from him. But the yellow one I had already bought from someone else, and here it is carded. This is the one that I got in the lot from the one guy, but this is the one that I bought single before I knew of the lot. So anyways, make a long story short, I have a second one that I am looking to sell or trade. Selling for 30 or trading for another lowrider with adjustable suspension that I do not have. Either it is going to be the Revell or Hot Wheels. It doesn't matter. Either one I would trade for as long as it has the adjustable suspension and I don't have that model. So anyways, we'll take a look at this guy up close. This one I used to have when I lived in the Philippines. This is actually a really cool car. And the suspension on this particular model, the 59, any 59 actually from Revell, does not set too low in the rear. Actually, when it's in the down position, it's basically riding at a stock ride height for a 59 Chevy. The front end is a little bit lower, but the rear end is probably stock ride height. Now, as you can see, these are riding on a plastic base that is screwed down with Phillips screws, so you can try to repair it if something happens to it. I had to repair one the other day, and luckily I had an older one that I could use for parts and such, because one of these little control arms broke off. And it was actually on the pink 59 that we're going to take a look at here in a moment. But the 59, this particular chassis on this one, though, is not easy to put in 3-wheel motion. But most of them are. I don't know what the deal was with this one. They go up and down fairly easy, but they do not drop into the 3-wheel position very easily. Now, the other ones usually don't either. Just the 59s, when I had them in the Philippines, and some of the ones I have here, they do go into 3-wheel pretty easily, but not this particular one. So as you can see, they did a really nice job with the back end of the 59, the trim, the big fins, the slanted tail lights, and the side trim, everything. The front end, the grill, those indents in the front of the hood and such. Everything they did perfectly. And the car seems to be true to scale. It's true on 64. Yeah, they did a fantastic job on the car. I can't really say anything bad about it. Now, the trunk opening, the trunk is a little bit, I don't know, like flimsy. It flops around a lot because it's held in by the interior bucket. So that's one reason that the trunk is actually like flopping like from side to side, and when you close it, it can actually be over like to the side like that, because there's a lot of play in it because it's being held in by plastic. That's the only thing I can say bad about the Revell Lowriders is the plastic that it uses. Now, the trunk lid on the 59 does not stay up too well. You have to use a prop for it. The other models, however, do stay up pretty good. So that's the yellow one. Now, we're going to do my favorite one of all of them, and it is this guy. I have two of these also. Kind of the same thing happened, but this one I don't mind to have two of because my favorite color is orange. My favorite lowrider is a 59 Chevy, so it just worked out perfectly. I have them. I put them in my display and call them the twins. So it's cool to have two of this particular one. And also I have two Regals, the red one, because one of them, the rear suspension kind of messed up a little bit, but it still is functioning, but I just wanted to get another one just in case it ended up breaking after a while they were affordable, because those Regals are stupid expensive sometimes. So, as you can see, the orange one is like a pearl orange kind of color with the white top. The interior is white with the orange insert. The interior on the yellow one is red, kind of coordinates with the pinstripes on it. Same thing as I said. Well, this one actually the trunk does stay up on, huh? So maybe I just need to go into the yellow one and maybe tighten up the screws or something like that. Now, as I mentioned, other ones do sit on three-wheel pretty nicely. So basically, what I do is I extend them all the way and then just hold one side and push like on the other one to kind of get it to, well, maybe this one's going to make a liar out of me. Actually, this is another one. I have it. The other 59 is the one that sets up on three-wheel pretty well. So anyways, we'll just go over this car and look at it, and then we'll do the pink one or the other one in three-wheel. They're making a liar out of me today. So this one is a plate that says Fins, and this one had the plate that said Mellow. So there we go. We got one with the ass up and one that's fully up. Now, the other one that I have here, oh, and the yellow one, I think I mentioned it comes in a clamshell package, and that's the one that I opened. Some of these models you'll find in two different packages. I don't know if it was like mid-year in 2004 that they changed the way that they make their packages from just a cardboard card and went to a clamshell. But, yeah, there are two different packages for a lot of them that were released in 2004. So this one here is called Hot Pink, and that's because it's hot pink. And it has some small green flames on it that look kind of cool. White interior with pink inserts, which is also cool. And I'll go ahead and get him off the card and take a look at him here. And this is another pretty car. As I said, the 59s I really do like a lot. So, trying to finagle the front end where I'm trying to think of how I have it in 59. Okay, there's the rear. It's kind of positioned the way that I want it. The front end, though, I don't know why they're not working out the way that I want them to. Well, that one did it. As you can see, it's on three-wheel. Let me drop this down some so you can see it a little better. But it's not as high up as what I wanted it to be. Usually they can pull a little bit higher of a three-wheel. The 61, we'll take a look at them on Friday for our Free Friday. That's another one that's really good at doing the three-wheel. The 59 is hit or miss, but most of the 61s I've tried do it pretty easily. So there is one more thing I want to take a look at on this one. I just want to see what the plate says on this car. Too low. I figured it would say something about the pink. So now the last one of the four. This is Tribal Aguave. This is a very nice looking car. They have another one almost in the same color. It's a little bit lighter and it has a green flame on it with gold spokes on it. And I think it's the only 59 that has gold spokes on it. All the other ones either have the silver wire wheels, which the majority has a silver wire wheels. And then there's another one that has a Supreme style wheel. The Supremes were like a lowrider version of the Krager. It was a 5-spoke design like that. Revell also launched some lowriders with a 6-spoke wheel that I do not like at all. The 5-spoke one I can tolerate because, as I mentioned, they had Supremes like Gypsy Rose, the real famous lowrider, 64 Impala, that's what it rides on, are Supremes. So that, the setup I can tolerate, but the 6-spokes, especially on the Impalas, just does not look right. So let's get this one off and take a look at him. And yeah, as I said, these cars are very nicely done with the detail and such. And another thing that I will have to say about the Revell Lowriders, for being like 20 to 25 years old and just taking them out of the packages, the paint is relatively beautiful on the cars, not like some of the green lights and M2s that I opened from around the same era. Usually there's some paint rash or like spotting all over the paint and such. These, I've had one that had a little tiny bit of rash on the roof that was able to be polished right off with the rubbing compound. And then I had an orange and black 63 Impala, but I had to send it back because the other car that it came with, the suspension was wore out on it, so I had to return both of them together. But the black and orange Impala had spots in the roof, kind of like this does, but this one actually had silver paint from where they had done the trim on the windows, and it just dropped some not purple, but silver paint on the roof. So I had to take the rubbing compound and try to get it out. I did not use any nail polish remover on this one because I just didn't want to take a chance because the paint is old, as the cars are old. This particular one is from 2002, so it's 23 years old, and it was the first time it had ever been taken out of the package, so I did not want to use any kind of chemical. I just used a rubbing compound. But yeah, this car is very nicely done. As I said, probably my favorite one, though, is Sunkiss, the orange one. I like the more conservative ones that look stock with hydraulics. They look really cool, but unfortunately, most of them are really expensive, especially when it comes to the 63 and 4 Impala. What I've been trying to do is find some reasonably priced stock Revell Impalas. They're out there, but they're very hard to find. There's a yellow 64 and like a silver blue 64. That would be a cool one to do a base swap on with a Lowriders base from one of their cheaper 64s that have the like 6 spokes on them, and then you could swap out the wheels to wire spokes, something like that. So there are ways around making a really cool lowrider on a budget. So that's the one thing that I've been trying to do. Because they are quite expensive, as I said, especially the solid colors that look stock with like wire spokes and hydraulics, and it just looks stock, kind of like the orange and white one. There's a blue 63 Impala. I missed out on one that was on a bad card. It went for like 65 bucks, but that was actually a still for that car because it's usually over 100. So, as I mentioned, they are quite expensive, some of them. So, guys, that's it for our video for Wednesday. We'll be back again on Friday for a Free Friday, and we have some other stuff in store besides Lowriders, but we will be cracking open 1 or 2 61 Chevys and taking a look at some other stuff I had come in. So, thanks for watching, guys, and enjoy the rest of your week.